Hello, this is my response to uh, the riots up in the Middle East. Okay, I took time today to go out on YouTube and look up Innocence of Muhammad. From what I can tell, that movie was produced and put out by one person. And in the United States, one person can put out anything they want. Freedom of speech. Does that make the U.S. government responsible for every citizen's freedom of speech? No. That's one of our rights in the United States. We can say anything we want, as long as we're not threatening or, if you threaten somebody, that's against the law. This is one man's opinion on a faith, a Muslim faith. I am appalled that the government of Egypt, with all of its military, has allowed protesters to be right outside our embassy, U.S. sovereign soil, and that they just used regular police and some tear gas and some manpower. There's been about 200, last I heard, 200 injuries involved in this situation. Now, should the United States government be held responsible for one man's thoughts that, in the United States we're allowed to speak out, speak our minds, post things on YouTube that, that do not represent the whole. We have Muslim mosques here in the United States. We have a lot of Muslims in the United States. And we have a lot of Christians in the United States. And when a Muslim says death to America, death to all infidels, and all that, you don't see a bunch of Christians going down to these mosques and burning them down, killing anybody, taking hostages, so on and so forth. That's because we are a free country. And according to all statistics, Egypt is a free country. Okay? After the Muslim spring, so to speak, it has allowed a extremist Islamic government to inset itself in Egypt. I do not believe, and these are all my opinions. This has nothing to do with the United States opinion or doctrine. My belief is that this Muslim Brotherhood not only orchestrated these, funded these protests, and had one planned for today until, some phone calls got made and said that probably wouldn't be a good idea. So, with that being said, you got one person over here in the United States makes a crackpot film. Okay, I looked at it. Really cheesy. Really, you got A movies, you got B movies. This is down to the Z movies. This is the worst acting. This is the worst anything I've ever seen in my life. However, if you look on there and you see one about a Christian Jesus, you do not see Christians from the United States or anywhere else in the world for that matter go out and take hostages, kill people, burn down in embassies, kill ambassadors. Okay? There's a fundamental difference between our religion, and I can't speak for all because there are so many religions in the United States, but majoritarily we are not Catholic, Christian. And when somebody posts something bad about us, we just look at it for what it is and go on with life. And our faith helps us get through any discomfort that it might have provided. I give you a prime example: the Passion of Christ. It raised all kinds of controversy in the United States. Yet it was played at movie theaters all over the country. Why? Because this is a country where an individual or individuals can speak the way that they feel. Now, this guy that made this film, if he feels that's what Muhammad is, that's his opinion. That's not the United States opinion. Now, when it comes down to United States interests abroad, especially embassies are the sovereign soil of the United States. So, any attack on our embassies is an attack on the United States. And any government that allows this to happen is complicit in that attack, i.e., Egypt has a huge army, and they're very proud of their army. I think they could have had the mess cleaned up in 5 minutes. But the government didn't want to do that. They wanted the headlines. They wanted the big headlines. Well, here's my opinion on how we should handle any more embassy takeovers, okay? As soon as we have discovered that our people have been killed inside the compound, I say we take a Predator drone, fly it over the compound, fire a Predator missile right into the compound, and kill everybody inside. That way you are assured to get the ones that killed our people. Now keep in mind, you say, oh, you can't go over and bomb Egypt because of a few people. I didn't say bomb Egypt. I said bomb the United States. According to law, each and every embassy is U.S. soil. So if we bomb it, it's ours. And if your people are in there looting and killing and tearing the place up, too bad. I guarantee you there won't be very many embassy takeovers anymore. And keep bombing the site. And keep bombing the site until the crowds go away. They figure out, whoa, we can't do this because, hey, they don't like this. This isn't working out for us. We're losing too many people here. So, my opinion is, most of the world's Muslims are peaceful people. I'm talking to the Islamic extremists, something our President Obama will not say. I'm talking to you. I'm going back to old school, Old Testament. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Okay? You break into our embassies, you kill our people, we bomb the hell out of the embassy site, which is U.S. soil. And guess what? You cannot hold us responsible for bombing our own property. So therefore, if you're in our property and it gets bombed and you get killed, it's your fault, not ours. My suggestion to these countries that have Islamic extremists in charge is you better leave the American interests alone, because if you go in there and you rush and you think it's okay to just loot and kill, rape and pillage, that it's not. And we have the right to bomb our own soil anytime, anywhere we wish. And if our embassy and our soil has been overrun, anybody there is guilty. They shouldn't be there. So if they get killed, that's about the mindset of me. And this is a personal opinion for me. So you just go in there, you set a Predator drone out there. They break into the walls of the embassy, they kill the ambassador, and then you take a Predator drone and kill everybody inside, and you kill everybody left inside. Because our people are already dead. And now you're punishing the correct people, the people that went in there to loot, rape, murder in the name of Allah. Allah wouldn't want you to do this. Ever. I have read the Quran. Not page 1 to page whatever. I've read a lot of the Quran. And it's very similar to our Bible in many, 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 many ways. It mentions Jesus, Mary Magdalene. These are all people from the Christian Bible that are mentioned in your Quran. So, if you do not wish for this to turn into something that you don't want it to become, I would say have your demonstrations. Have your peaceful demonstrations. Do I think that video was wrong? Yeah. I mean, it portrayed Allah, and not Allah, but Muhammad as an idiot, a rapist, child molester, so on and so forth. The only challenge I have to that, and I understand people being mad about that, the only challenge of that is, if somebody came out with one about Jesus Christ in the same light, do you think the United States, and this person lived in Egypt, posted on YouTube about Christ being all those things, do you think the United States government would allow any of its citizens to go to the Egyptian embassy and bum rush it and try to take it over and sit out there and throw Molotov cocktails and rocks and everything else into the embassy? No. There would be 2 companies of Marines out there protecting your embassy, because that is your soil, and it is our responsibility to protect it, as it was your responsibility to protect our embassy, which you have failed to do. You've sent enough police out there to hold the embassy, but you have not sent out enough people out there to break up these murderous mobs